nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.
So I saw this thread with black women saying that they wanted to date outside of their race because they have not had a good experience with black men. Although I see where you ladies are coming from, let me just give my experience dating outside of my race. I dated one Mexican and one Indian man. So first things first, men are going to be men in every single race. It doesn't matter where you go, men are men regardless. Number two, these men are very intentional with their dating. When they say they're looking for a wife, they are looking for a wife. And once they find that, they're not going to waste any time locking you down. If you are what they're looking for, they move fairly quickly and they view marriage as a duty, right? Lastly, black women, if you want to date outside of your race, you need to be disciplined. When they say we're going to the gym at 5:30 in the morning, you better be up at 5 o'clock getting ready. They are not going to deal with the lack of discipline, and what we make black men put up with, they are not going to go for that.
Okay, so this happened to come across my timeline. I don't know why this stuff is coming across my timeline. I am not here for the relationship advice, so I guess that's what's in the algorithm, so that's why they're throwing it out there. But I thought this was the most asinine thing that I have heard in a minute, because when I saw this and clicked on it, underneath there, it says black men are black women's only option. And I don't know who this creator is. I don't know if they took this from TikTok or if this is the person. Don't know, don't care. And when you look at it, it is Kevin Samuels is under there. So once you see that, you know where this is going, right? So basically there has been a explosion of these Kevin Samuel cult worshippers. And it's men and it's women, black men and women. So they are trying to regurgitate certain points that Kevin Samuels said. If you didn't know, Kevin Samuels is dead. He's been dead for a year or two now. I remember when he did die. There were a lot of Kevin Samuels' dead parties. I attended quite a few of them. They were lit. But there are a lot of men and women they want to become the next Kevin Samuels. They want to fill that space. And I feel right now there's this fight ensuing to be the next Kevin 2.0 and to fill that space. And there's nobody who has been able to capitalize on that. So now you have a bunch of them in this whole battle royal, this WWE battle royal, trying to get the case of money, trying to get the title so they can be number one. And this sounds silly. One thing that I can agree with, men are men. If you date interracially, I hope you don't think that you're going to find Prince Charming. Once you open up your options to all men, you're opening up to good men and dusty men of every variety and demographic. So there's good ones, bad ones, and all of that in all the demographics. So if you do want to expand your options, you're going to have to understand that, yeah, men are men. They just do things in a maybe different way. That's it. They're just the goal is usually the same. They'll just go about it differently because of culture. And you should be cautious if you do not know the man's culture like that. You may not pick up on it, but, for the most part, if you, are keeping a straight head, you're not really pandering to this man as if he's so different and he couldn't harm you like your own, you can think again. Some of them can do worse because of their position, because of maybe certain access they may have. I can agree with that, but for her to sit up here and say that if he says that we're getting up and going to the gym, which seems to me like she was trying to say that black women don't go to the gym, black women don't exercise, black women are, they wouldn't do that, or they would fuss, is BS. Just generalizing black women. And to say, oh, whether you're sick, whether you're not feeling good, whether you're PMSing, whether it's not a good day, whether you was up late or worked a double shift, you're going to have to get up and you're going to have to go because he said so and because he's not a black man. Just saying it out loud. Sometimes maybe people should just say it out loud so they can hear it back, just to see how foolish and stupid it sounds. And then to say that these men are not going to deal with your attitude. They deal with the same, if not worse, I've seen worse attitude from their own women. I'm like, are these people, they haven't been outside their own home or their town or their hometown to have experienced people of different demographics and the different attitudes, because it has nothing to do with race. It just has to do with your attitude, your behavior, your manners, and all of that. And a lot of people are different. That's about it. And to say that they wouldn't put up with it, they put up with it and worse with their own women. So to be honest, it might be a breath of fresh air. It might be less difficult even dealing with a black woman. Yeah, the generalizing of black women is disgusting, especially from another black woman. And what it's giving tacky. It's giving, I think I'm at a higher class than you black women. And it's giving juvenile. And she probably doesn't want competition. Because that's another thing. If you have black women saying, I might go ahead and expand my options and have some fun. That's more competition for the women who are already dating and mating in interracial relationships, or they're looking for someone. Have to keep that in mind too, because there may be women who are spewing this. They're not spewing this because nobody wants your attitude and you got to be like this and you got to talk like that and your hair has to be like that and you have to do X, Y, and Z. They're not saying that to you because they're actually trying to be helpful. Some of these women are catty, mean, and they just don't want you to jump in there because that's their personality, and your personality may be 10 times better than theirs, and you'd have more success than them, or more options and better options than them. You have to keep that in mind. No different than some gay men. You may think they're your friends. Some of them are friendly, of course, but some of them could be giving you advice because they want men and they want high quality good men, and you're their competition.
Okay, so I want to respond to something I said in a previous video, and I'm going to put the link in the comment section. So what I said was, black women wanting to date out their race, you have to be disciplined because other races of men are not going to put up with what we made black men put up with. So many of my brothers were hurt by what I said because after hearing them and understanding where they're coming from, it's almost as if I was insinuating that you or black women are willing and able to do better and do right and get right for other races of men and not their own men. So I understand, I agree 100%. So now the question is, why not just get right for our own men and do what our own men are asking us to do? But that goes for black men as well, because I think black men are on their best behavior when they date out. So why not get right, and do better for each other, and that way we have better outcomes with each other.
Okay, so it got worse, obviously. Like I said, this is another one that has Kevin Samuels in there, so you know what this is about. Now, she said, why don't black women do what they need to do for their black men? Because if you're going to get better and you're going to put the work into yourself, you may be giving way more than what this man is able to. Now, this is not something that you can just blanket over, a group of people like men and women. There are good women out there. There are good men out there in every demographic. Okay. But the issue is trying to vet out the weeds. And then she is saying that black men and black women, when they date interracially, they're on their best behavior. Do you know what that is insinuating? It's like you're an animal, and the only thing or the only person who can tame you, or you're going to be on your best behavior for, you're going to be a good girl or a good boy, is for a different demographic that you're dating. And that's sick. When she said, these men aren't willing to put up with what black men are not putting up with anything that other groups of men are not putting up with. A colorless man literally had to drag his colorless girlfriend back into the car because she was harassing a black male. So I guess that it's this insinuation of other groups of people are better behaved, better mannered, calm and collected. And I don't think that black people that think that way, like her on here, understand the picture that you're painting to everyone when you get your ass on social media talking about stuff like this and putting out generalizations as if black people have no manners, as if black people don't know how to act, as if black people are just wild and crazy, and it feeds into certain stigmas and stereotypes. It's gone too far. It's like, what won't you do to go viral? What won't you do for $1? Like, you're going to throw a whole demographic of people, black people, under the bus so you can get a view. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with this video. And as far as I'm concerned, whoever she is sitting in her car like Derek Jackson, she needs to turn the camera off, sell her microphone, and sit down and live her life, because that is very stigmatizing what she's saying. It's painting black women a certain way. It's painting even black men a certain way. Like, you have no home training unless you're dating outside your race, and that person and their high standards and their existence and how they were raised, it's so much superior that not to cross lines with them because they're up here and you're down there, while still throwing black women's image under the bus, which is hers. But a lot of these women feel like when they say these things, they are saying, it's not me, I don't have these behaviors, it's these women over here, which is the stupid, which is the dumbest thing that I have ever noticed. Like, you think that you're separating your black ass from everybody else. I don't have any grace for anybody like this. This is embarrassing. It's classless. It's stupid. to be saying this and putting this out here on the internet, putting this out here on social media for everybody to see. Because I don't know if they think they're so intelligent that people are not picking up on what you're saying between the lines, as if the people that you're dating are so much better and they curb your innate behavior that is base, so you won't try it with them, but you're comfortable doing things that are unfavorable while you're dating within your own. That's what I heard. And it's sick. It confirms what I've always thought about a lot of people in these interracial relationships. Some of them are doing it because they're getting paid on social media to do it. Some of them are doing it because they have a disdain for their own people. And these relationships, a lot of them are not to be desired because it's fake. It's not that you actually met this person, you're talking to this person, you're interested in this person, and regardless of race and culture, you were able to make a connection with this person and you actually like their personalities, their behaviors, and they treat you well, you treat them well, and you guys have a great flow, a great relationship. It's not about that. Clearly. It's almost like a way to elevate oneself, to make you feel better about yourself, to lift your self-esteem. It's sick. I'll go ahead and leave it right here. Let me know what you thought about these videos. How do you feel? Do you agree with her? Do you not? Drop a comment and I'll see you in the next one.